first of all, there are CRO platforms that, focus on, conversion rate optimization, et cetera. And then there are DXP platforms that focus on the digital experience and, building and deploying experiences. And I think today we're kind of starting to see those kind of categories, really start to do converge and bring in analytics as well. So there's a variety of different analytics vendors that are out there too. So I think today, in today's modern era and the AI native era and where we're heading, I would recommend that everyone look to evaluate, solutions that kind of sit across multiple, functional workflows. And that connection is super, super important, right? To be able to bring in, experimentation and conversion rate optimization alongside deployment of digital experiences and changes to your site or to your commerce platform. And of course, with the analytics and the behavior tracking that we discussed. And typically what happens today for like the legacy stack, if you will, where there's all these different silos of applications that have been wired together by the IT or the developer team, is you do have a roadmap. You have a long list of, Jira tickets, and you have a long list of, potential ideas and strategies and experiments to run. But that requires, a development team, and that requires, coding and stitching together across a platform. And so what's possible today with AI is, AI, we all know this now, is very good at coding and is very good at, at writing. And, those disciplines are essentially what, kind of sits on, a roadmap to go, write code, deploy code, test code. And so I think when evaluating kind of a modern platform, you really want to look for, kind of a consolidation of these like kind of siloed apps and functions into workflows. We believe that workflow could be in a single workspace, like Fastr Workspace, a single platform. And if it's not, and you're looking at, competitors, you just want to make sure that your workflows can kind of sit across. And remove those Jira tickets, remove those developer bottlenecks. So in analytics, you spot something that might be an opportunity for the business. You then want to go run a couple of experiments against that, and you want to deploy that straight to your site. All of that today can kind of be done in really kind of a single workflow, and an AI assisted workflow without developers. So again, analytics to run some experiments and to push it live to site, pick the winners, and then you lock that into your to your commerce platform, your themes, your templates, et cetera, as the winner. That kind of continuous loop, the more and more you work on that, the better it gets, the more context that you build as an organization, and the more dialed in, your commerce and your digital properties can be. So that would be my recommendation. If you're out there, push the vendors to show you workflows that kind of sit across, and that'll drive the most value.